Hey Zen family, I'm here at ZenCon 2016 with the amazing Lindsey Taylor.
Hi.
So, gotta tell you, I'm gonna start crying.
Aw.
She is like my favorite person in the world. So I'm like, seriously.
Thank you.
She just keeps things so simple. And like I did a session today in Latin Pop today, and which the steps were just so simple, but just tweaking the arm durations added the challenge, and it's like she just brings it back to what Zumba is really all about. You know, keep it simple, anybody can do it. You build a challenge without making it complicated, and that's why I just love her, because she just totally embodies that whole concept.
Thank you.
So,
wow. Thank you.
Sorry. So I wanted everybody to learn more about you and what what they can do to get more in their classes just from your experience.
Mm-hmm.
So when did you join Zumba?
So I became an instructor back in 2007.
Okay.
And honestly, I knew nothing about Zumba. My sister ran a dance studio and I taught classes, and I actually taught the younger age groups because I was really good with teaching the young girls. And our studio sat empty, and so she said, Linz, we need to do something. And my other sister had taken a Zumba class in California, so she said, you need to learn about Zumba. So I looked it up online, and I thought, wow, this looks like fun. I'll go take a training. So I knew nothing. I flew to Arizona on my own, and I showed up to a training. I had no idea what I was going to expect, but within the first 20, 30 minutes of that morning master class, I was hooked. And I didn't know much about it. I didn't know, I didn't have any experience with Latin dancing. I didn't understand the language. I didn't know the different rhythms, and I couldn't tell the difference between them. All I knew is that I loved what I was doing, and I think it was that little bit of passion that drove me to pursue more with it.
Or did you have any kind of dance background ever in your life?
Yes, I did have a dance background. I actually grew up singing and dancing with my 7 brothers and sisters.
Oh, wow.
And so yes, I did have a dance background. My mom was a dancer and my dad was a drummer, so that was kind of in my blood. But as far as the Latin dancing and the flavor of that was definitely something that was new to me, that I learned and absorbed through watching my Zen DVDs.
Yeah. Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So when did you decide to take the next step and apply to become a ZES? And what made you want to take that step?
You know what, in the beginning, I was so inspired by these people that were teaching the trainings, and I felt like probably a lot of you felt when you took your first Zumba class, where you watched an instructor up in front of you and you said, I want to do that. And so for me, my first experience with Zumba was a Zumba training. So when I was there with the trainer, and the way that this particular person touched my life, I felt like, I want to do that. So it definitely was just wanting to be more a part of the system, more a part of something that I felt like I really believed in. And so it was about a year later from when I became an instructor that they announced that they were hiring for education specialist in Utah. And so, you know what, I went for it and I applied for the job, and I was able to get it, and things kind of snowballed ever since.
So fun fact is, she was actually Cass Martin's B1 ZES.
Yes, I was.
And Cass went in the same way, not having really any experience with it, so you probably ignited something in her.
Absolutely. I think she was in the second training that I ever taught. So
you're all nervous still too.
Yes, absolutely.
That's so cool. What other formats do you also teach besides just the B1 stuff?
Within Zumba, so I teach B1 and B2. I teach Zumba Kids, and I teach ProSkills.
Awesome.
Yes.
Whenever you first heard about ProSkills,
and I teach Zumbini.
Oh, cool. And which is getting a re-ramp, so check out the new changes. They're making the program so much better, and Zumba is actually doing all the marketing with the new one of the children's television networks on cable to help to promote the program. So a lot more opportunities coming with that. So when you first heard about ProSkills, what was your opinion whenever they said this is a new thing we want to start offering to instructors?
Oh, I was so excited. I was so excited about it because I felt so many people left, that basic one training and just felt like they needed more, or even instructors teaching for 2-3 years felt like they needed a revamp or a lift or something to just kind of pick them up again. And so I was really excited about this program. And then when I first took my training, I was even more excited because I felt like, yes, this is definitely something.
That's what I always tell people, is that ProSkills is like the not so secret playbook. You think about your favorite Zumba people, like big name ZESs, and people who do the big master classes, and there's that magic that gets created when you go to those things. You walk out and you're just on a cloud. ProSkills pretty much tells you how to do that. It's like, this is how you engage the crowd and just put that magic pixie dust on your classes. So
Yes.
it's worth definitely taking. I firmly believe that everybody should take ProSkills. It should be a requirement, in my opinion. But how long would you tell someone who's come out of B1, about how long would you think you should wait before they want to go and take ProSkills?
My thought process with anything with Zumba is to not wait. Because the longer you wait, the longer you're waiting to give yourself the skills that you want to move forward. Don't wait until you have a class. Don't wait until you have an opportunity to teach. Don't wait until you're ready. Make yourself ready through taking trainings, through preparing yourself, and that's what's going to help you feel like you can keep moving forward and go on to the next level that you want to be at.
Yeah, and take ProSkills again. I've taken it twice, and every time I've taken it, first time I took it, I went back to my classes and feel like, whoa, something happened. You're different. It's good, but you're different. I took it the second time, and I got like serious reactions like, this is crazy. You're like so different in just 1 week. What happened? And so now I'm ready to go take it a third time because I know every time you take it, it just takes you so much higher as an instructor. It's amazing what it does to
Yes.
you. One of the most important parts of the class, of course, is your playlist. So whenever you're playing a playlist, what do you typically do to put your playlist together? What are the things you're looking for to like, okay, I've got to do these things to create this perfect playlist?
That's a good question. I actually have something I do every single time I plan a playlist. I always have my warm-up, my first 3 songs, or if it's a mix, it's right around 10 minutes. Always after my warm-up, I always play a merengue. Always. And then I actually follow that up with the other 3 basic rhythms that you learn in the B1 training. I always like to start off my class that way because I feel like that is like the meat and the potatoes of what a Zumba class is. And so I want people who come to get a Zumba experience to feel that in the beginning. And then I feel like there's so many different directions you can take your playlist after that. But once you get those core rhythms in, then I feel like it's good to take those different steps, make it feel like that journey around the world. But that is definitely something, every time I plan my playlist, I have my warm-up, and then the 4 basic rhythms starting with merengue.
Awesome. And that's how I've learned from so many people to do it that way too. It's like, just get it over, done, and then you start to play on with your fusions and expand more and more and more.
Yes.
So if you ever come to convention, check out Latin Pop. I'm serious, one of the best things this morning. It's just, those are the songs that are kind of like the power songs of the class. Those are the ones that everybody knows. It takes the class much higher, but just the steps she showed us in there was just how to play with it so much and have fun with it and not just be, oh look, grapevine again, but how to change it, make it more fun, surprising, simple steps that everybody knows and knows how to do, recognizes, but just little tweaks to it to make it so much more exciting.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that people can expect when they come to your master classes or regular class besides Latin Pop and the basics? Is there something else that you always like to throw in there, rhythm that people wouldn't probably expect from you?
I don't know if there's necessarily something that I would throw in there that people wouldn't expect from me. But I just always love in those classes to make sure that people leave feeling better than when they came.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's definitely something that I would like to try to do anytime somebody comes to take my classes, to leave feeling good, feeling empowered, feeling happy, exhausted, but good exhausted, happy exhausted.
Are there any rhythms that you haven't really played with yet that you're curious about? You're like, I really want to work on this and eventually kind of start playing with it more? And like this year, the thing that's blowing up is all the Kazamba stuff. Everybody's like, ooh, Kazamba. It's like starting to like really explode.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's definitely something I would love to dive into a little bit more. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to dive into the rhythms that you're not comfortable with, but that's a pretty good sign that those are the ones you should dive into, because we don't need to continue to teach ourselves merengue because we know it. So it's all about opening your mind and opening your body to dancing new rhythms and new music, because that's what keeps this program moving forward.
Yeah, and that's why I go to so many jam sessions, because the jammers always are pulling things out I'm not comfortable with. And when you're forced to do it, you finally get comfortable doing it. When I first started doing any kind of like body rolling stuff, any kind of twerking stuff, I was like, oh, I'm not doing that. But being forced to do it over time, now I'm like, I don't care, do it. You just kind of let go and enjoy it, and the class enjoys it. They can tell when you're having a good time. Where do you typically go to find inspiration? Like, you feel like, things are kind of getting dull for me. Where do you usually go to say, this will pick me up?
You know what? I like to work with other instructors. Some of my instructors that are my close friends, I'll just say, hey, you know, we got to get together. Let's create some new choreography. Because I feel like sometimes I get stuck on the same movements. Like my mind hears certain things and my body wants to do the same thing over and over. So when I work with different people, it allows new ways of moving to come into the music. So that's one. I actually love to go to jam sessions when I have a free weekend and when I have time, because I love it, because I can walk away with routines ready to teach in my class. And you know, it's nice to just pick up somebody else's style a little bit and something that they do and what makes their classes successful. I know, you know, can also help me make my classes successful.
And that's important too. You know, you know how to choreograph a song quickly, and you can do it because you know all the time.
Yeah.
But you go to jam sessions and you totally use other people's choreography. So that's really important. Are there anybody, like whenever a new Zen volume comes out, is there anybody that you get excited about when you see, oh, they're gonna be on here, I'm so excited, I can't wait to watch it?
You know what? I'm honestly excited for every single one.
Yeah.
I know that kind of sounds like a cop-out answer.
But it's great because all the styles are so different.
Yes, and that's what I love. Like, I think that it's one of the beautiful things about Zumba fitness is the fact that there are so many different styles. And that's a great thing for all of us, because it's not something for us to necessarily copy or try to become somebody else, but to take little bits and pieces to help us grow our personality when we teach classes. So I think it's a really cool thing to be able to learn from other people and, you know, take bits and pieces from that to help you grow who you are as an instructor.
Yeah, so one thing I tell people is when you get a new Zen volume, force yourself at home. Just do a little class for yourself with a one-on-one, and then the next day do a little class of just the live by yourself. Don't judge it, but go through it. Because people judge them too much. We see people online in the forums say, oh, it's garbage, I never use the Zen volumes. It's like, but if you go to a taping ever, then you see it and it's completely different. I mean, I've been to a couple of previews of tapings, and you walk out like, oh my God, here this comes out. Every song is so amazing. It's a different experience when you do it live. So don't underestimate the Zen volumes. Do them, try them. You'll be surprised how people react to them. So you've been doing this for a while, and you know, I'm sure doing the B1 training, because it's the same thing for so long, so it can kind of get monotonous after a while. Where do you go to help yourself avoid getting burnout with the program?
Well, the awesome thing about, you know, teaching the B1 trainings is that I teach, the same content, but I'm always teaching new people. And so new people always bring in a new energy. And so you're always going to have, you know, new people come into your class, whether it's one new person, 5 new people. So that's definitely something that fuels me. You know what, honestly though, when I feel burned out, I know that it's a time that I need to take a break and be okay with taking a break. I think sometimes we're afraid that if we stop, we're gonna, you know, maybe lose momentum, or if we let somebody else teach our class, our students might not want us to come back, but I can promise you that that's not gonna happen. If anything, you're gonna come back stronger, and your students will be excited to have you back. They'll have an opportunity to experience a different style, but then be excited for you to come back. And I think that it's okay. It's okay to take a break when you need a break, or do things to look for inspiration that kind of lift your spirits again. Convention is awesome. Jam sessions are awesome. Trainings are awesome. Going to take another class. You know what? Even taking another format. Do something that's not a Zumba class. Go take a yoga class. It's completely opposite, and it will just open your mind to other things and just allow you to feel, you know, more balance in your life.
And if there's, you've seen a lot of instructors, different styles and everything. If you could offer one piece of advice for just in general, things you see people do, you could just go and fix. What would you say? This is an important thing that most people do. You should try to correct.
Some of the things I even noticed this year is a lot of people looking down at the floor, maybe because they're nervous. So try to keep your eyes up and keep a smile on your face. You know, why are we doing this? One of the reasons we're all doing this is because we love it so much. So let that show through when you teach, and that is genuine, and people will connect with that. So smile and let your love for the program, your love for the music shine through, and most importantly, just be who you are. Don't try to be me. Don't try to be another instructor. You know, use bits and pieces to help grow your personality, like I said before, but be who you are, because that's authentic and it's real, and people can see that, and that's important for you to do that.
And so if you have access to Zen 57, go watch the live class with her. When I got that, it was like, oh my God, I was like killing myself in a matter of 3 weeks to learn the warm up and the first 5 songs that you and Ricardo did, because it was just so awesome. It was my favorite songs. And I probably got my class sick and tired of them because I was like, I'm not dropping these. These are just too good. I got to keep them for a little bit longer. So thank you for everything you do. I appreciate what you bring to Zumba. You really keep the quality there.
Thanks for everything that you do. Thanks for everything that you guys do, because honestly, it's a team effort. If all of us don't continue to work hard and do things for our classes, then this program won't continue to grow. So yes, I have an opportunity to train and teach other instructors, but if you guys don't take this information that we give you and do what you do with it, then it wouldn't be successful. So thank you guys for everything that you're doing. Keep it up. Keep up the hard work, and hope to see you again, and hope I get to see all of you sometime in a live class.
So go to ProSkills, go to jam sessions, keep growing, never stop learning.
That's right.
That's it. So thanks for watching, everybody. See you soon. Join the jam.